back again. I told you I'm going to try and stay consistent. Pretty sure I did upload last week. This is for this week. It's just going to be a Premier League predictions for the matches this weekend. Game week 3. We're going to start off with Arsenal versus Brighton. Two teams, both played 1-2. Brighton beat Man U, it's always nice to see. Arsenal beat Villa, that's a massive result considering they lost twice last season. I'm going to go for an Arsenal win though. I just think Arsenal are strong. They haven't looked as well attacking this season, but I think they could put 3 past Brighton. I do see Brighton scoring, even though Arsenal have not conceded yet this season. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Arsenal win. Have a good weekend for them. Nice win there. And on to game 2. I can't say it's a thriller. We've got Everton versus Bournemouth. I've seen the videos online of Everton and their fans at the train station. It's not nice to see. Again, I still don't think they'll go down. I think they got too much for that. But I do think they're losing again this week. Bournemouth have been good this season. A good draw against Newcastle. Should have beat them really. Midweek, unlucky loss to West Ham, but that wasn't in the league, so that's fine. Bournemouth are looking alright, especially without Solanke. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Bournemouth win. Game 3, we've got Ipswich versus Fulham. Not much to say. Ipswich started against Liverpool and Man City. Everyone knew they was going to lose both. It's not really a fair start, but the game's the game. This is Premier League, not Championship anymore. I can see them picking up their first point now. I can see a 2-2. A bit of a high-scoring affair. It's going to be a good game, but I wouldn't be surprised if Fulham nicked it. I can't see Ipswich winning, but I'm going to go for a 2-2 Desmond. Match 4 now, we've got Leicester versus Aston Villa. I think that could be potentially one of the games of the weekend. I think Leicester will go at them, Villa will go back at them. Watkins hasn't been firing, but he's only warming up. See him scoring a couple. I'm going to go, though, for a 3-2 Aston Villa win. It's going to be a tight game. They ain't going to blow Leicester out of the park. It's going to be a good game, 3-2 Aston Villa. Match 5. Forest versus Wolves. Again, not a thriller. Wolves got beat by my beloved Chelsea 6-2, but that's not a good. Don't base them off that. Wolves are a good team. Forest unlucky, lost on penalties to Newcastle during the week. I'm just going to go for a standard 1-1. That's it. Not much more to it. A bit of a boring game. Typical 3 PM game. If you're doing bets, keep them out. Don't bet though. 1-1. West Ham versus Man City to finish the games on Saturday. I've seen a lot of people saying Man City will just easily batter them. I don't think that's the case. Man City probably will win, but if West Ham can start firing with their new players, Fulkrug, Somerville, obviously you've got Lucas Paqueta in the middle, Kudus is on fire, I think he's very good, Kudus. This will be a tight game. Again, I'm going to go for a Man City win, to be honest with you. But it's going to be a tight game. I'm going to go for a 3-1, but the third goal comes late in the game. So it's tight up until then. 3-1 Man City win. Game 7, Chelsea versus Palace. My team. Just beat Leeds 6-2. We might have lost to Serviette, but that's fine. We didn't have our 11 out that's going to play on Sunday. I'm confident for this. And Palace haven't had a good start. They've lost both games. I think Chelsea give them a little hiding as well. I'm going to go for a 4-1 Chelsea win. We can't keep clean sheets, that's Chelsea for you. But our attacking prowess and who we can bring off the bench, I think Chelsea steamroll them. 4-1 win going into the international break. Now, game 8. This is a good Super Sunday. You've got Newcastle versus Spurs. I'm not the biggest fan of Spurs. Maybe I just don't like the club. Or maybe I just don't think they're that good. I think Big Ange gets a lot of praise. Cool, he's took over a very bad team. They've played some good football. They finished 5th. Chelsea, who had another bad season last season, allegedly, only finished 3 points off them. I'm going to go for a Newcastle win. Tonali during the week, he looked back. Him, Bruno and Joe Linton in the middle. Isaac up top, Gordon up. Newcastle beat them. And Newcastle beat them 3-1 as well. Quite a convincing win. Spurs could go 1-0 up, but Newcastle for me win that game. And the last game of the week, Man U versus Liverpool. I know it's not a derby, but it's a derby. It's a big rivalry. And it's a weird one because obviously Liverpool's won their first 2 games, but they have played Ipswich and Brentford at home. You can see that how you want. I'm not falling for it. I still don't think Liverpool will have the greatest season, but they are playing Man U. Man U haven't been the best. So against Brighton, they was deserved losers. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go for, though, 2-1 Man U win. I think they'll just have that bit of fight. I think Xerxes will be on the score sheet. I think Garnacho could even be on the score sheet. It's going to be a good game, though. Good game. Many yellow cards, but I'm going for a 2-1 Man United win. And that's all for this week. Next week, it could be the same. It could be with someone else. We might do a forfeit, whoever gets the most wrong. Leave it in the comments, your score predictions. If you see this before the results, do not cheat. But that's been me. I'll see you next week.